I'm visible and I'm audible. If I'm not, please let me know. Okay. So today we will be discussing two important concepts which will be going hand in hand. It is a very simple concept. So if we spend next 1.5 hour listening to that, you can master it easily. The question from this topic will be related with one another. Okay, I'll tell you two topics and they will be mostly related with one another. And if a question appears from this particular topic, it is very easy to answer. Okay, so we will start today's class about two important concepts, which is nationality and statelessness. Say, for example, you're going abroad. Okay, someone from a foreign country stops you and asks, what is your nationality? From where you come? What is your citizenship? You will say, I'm from India. Right. That's what is nationality. Practically speaking, where do you belong? Naturally, where you are connected to which country you belong is called as our nationality. In case a particular person does not belong to any country, then that person is called as a stateless person. Okay, you can ask me how a particular person can be a stateless person. Yes, it happens in case of refugees. Now also we saw in Myanmar, Rohingyas were facing a lot of violence. So they fled from Myanmar to India. India was not ready to give citizenship. We know the new change in the Citizenship Act. Not new, but the recent change. India was not ready to give citizenship to Rohingyas. And even Myanmar was not ready to accept them. So what happened to these refugees? They're almost stateless. Okay. So nationality means your natural link, allegiance you owe to a particular state. What is statelessness? In case you have no nationality, then we become a stateless person. These are the basic ideas. Now, there are certain confusing terms. Nationality, origin, citizenship, domicile. What are these things? What are the difference between these? That's what we will see first. Okay. Say, for example, this pretty woman is having a grandfather and the grandfather is born in India. The entire lineage, her grandparents, great grandparents, everybody were from India. Okay. Now, she is born in US and brought up in US completely. Okay. Now, what is her origin? Her origin is India because her grandfather ethnicity from where she has the roots. Okay. So it is from India like that. But she was born in US and where she owes the allegiance to, where she is naturally connected. She says, I am born in US and I am a citizen of USA. I owe allegiance only to US. So now her nationality is US. And she owns a citizenship, a legal document connecting herself with the country is called as a citizenship. Okay. So she is a citizen of US. Now comes another question. When we talk about citizenship, there is concept of dual citizenship. I can have two countries citizenship. I can be linked with two countries. Okay. So US allows dual citizenship. So she gets a citizenship in US, some state somewhere, and also gets a citizenship in Australia. Australia also allows dual citizenship. So what happens? It is a legal document where you can be connected with two states, even it is allowed. Okay. So that's what is citizenship. Now this woman is working very hard in US, earning a lot of money. And she has some business even in Australia. There also she is earning a lot of money. Now she comes to a point that, see, I'm very worried about a developed nation. I want a quiet life. So I will settle down in a third world nation, which is very happy or something like that. So she tries to settle down in Thailand. She says that I will buy a quiet retirement home in Thailand and I'll permanently stay there. So this idea of permanently to stay in a particular place is called as domicile. So you have to be very clear. My roots, from where I am from, my ethnicity, my place of origin is my origin. Okay, my roots is called as my origin. And to the country where I owe allegiance is called as nationality. The legal relationship, the legal document that is connecting myself and the country is called as a citizenship, the legal status. And the citizenship can be a dual citizenship, but India does not give dual citizenship. So, in case the country gives dual citizenship, yes, we can get the benefit of dual citizenship. But at last, where I want to settle down, my permanent idea of residing in a particular geographical location is called as domicile. Keep all these things in mind and we will discuss all the articles and everything. Okay. Now we will go ahead. In case you are having doubts anywhere, please do stop me. Okay. So we understood the basic concept of nationality, but we cannot write stories in our paper. We have to write a proper definition. So I have three definitions before you. You can learn all three definitions, but see, UPSC is very famous in giving statement based questions. So, depending upon the statement given, you choose the definition and write. Okay. And one more thing. There is, see, it may be like even these definitions are given as a statement. So, you have to identify this particular definition on nationality is given by Fenwick or something, Kerr. And you write that and explain the statement and then go ahead with your answer. You will get good marks. Okay. So, this definition was given by Fenwick and he says that nationality is a bond. It is a bond between a state and an individual. Okay. And it means you have a membership in that particular state. It means you are a citizen of that particular state. Okay. So since you are a member of that particular state, you can claim protection from that state. Say, for example, during the Ukraine war, there were a lot of Indian people who went there, right? Many people went for studying doctor, getting doctor degree. So what happened? Once the war broke out, immediately India sent some resources to get them back, right? So you can claim protection from that state. First thing, since you are claiming protection, what do you have to do? You are claiming a protection, which is a right. Now, since you are having this right, there is a corresponding duty, corresponding obligation. That is, you have to follow all the laws created by that particular state. Okay, so remember this, what Fenwick has told. Nationality is a bond. Bond between whom? Between the individual and the state. And it is creating a membership in the particular state. Since you are a member of that state, what you can do? You can claim protection from that state. Not only protection, see, always we cannot have only the benefits. Only benefits you want to have, you can get only from your parents. But whatever you do in the outside world, you have to give something. You want to become a IS officer, IPS officer, you have to give the hard work. Right? Like that, you get the right, you claim the protection. You cannot claim it simply. You have to follow the obligations created by the laws of that particular state. So these are the keywords you have to retain in your definition. Now, how can we leave Copenhagen? Very important thinker, right? So what he says? He says nationality of an individual means the quality of being subject of a certain state. And it is like being the citizen of that state. So he did not differentiate nationality and citizenship. Actually, nationality and citizenship most of the times means one and the same. But certain areas during double nationality, double citizenship alone, there are minor, very minor changes. Almost you can say nationality and citizenship is one and the same. Okay. So what Copenhagen says, nationality of an individual is the quality of being member of that particular state, which means you are a citizen of that particular state. Okay, it is a very simple definition which you shall not forego. A single line. Do remember it. Okay. Next comes another definition by British Mexican Claims Commission. Why I have brought this definition is that, see, this claims commission and all not much important. But the statement given by this claims commission is repeatedly asked as a statement based question in UPSC. That's why I have brought it. Okay. So this is very, very important. It is even important to differentiate nationality from domicile. Now, what it says, a man's nationality forms a continuing state of things. It's a continuous state of thing that you're being subject to some state. Okay, it is not at one particular point of time you are happy with one state and next to other state. No, it is a continuous state of thing. And it is not a physical fact which occurs at a particular moment. Say, for example, I am born in India. I am a citizen of India. Supposedly, I get a work in US. So I get a work visa and go there. I'm just staying there for some time. That's it, right? I am in India. I owe allegiance to India. But physically, I'm not related to India for some point of time, particular moment of time. I'm not in India. That doesn't mean I'm not the national of India. Okay, so nationality is something which is a continuing state of things. Even if I go to US, I have a relationship only with India. I owe allegiance to India. Okay, so it is a continuing state of things and just not a physical fact which is occurring at a particular moment. Okay, that's what he's telling. And next, it is a continuing legal relationship. It is not a social status. It is not a geographical status like domicile. It is a continuing legal relationship. See, whatever I am telling now are the words that you're going to write in your UPSC means. If you're going to write stories, UPSC will also give you stories and attempts. Don't do that. The keywords are very important. Okay. Next, this legal relationship is between not a normal state, between a sovereign state and its citizen. Say, for example, there is one state which is not sovereign, it is not recognized by the international community. You say you have the nationality of that particular state, maybe Balochistan. Balochistan is not recognized. Okay. Maybe we have this problem also in India, right? Near Punjab and all. Like so, like that, we have there is some separate state they are asking, and nobody is okay with that. It is not recognized, and you suddenly say, "I have the nationality of Balochistan." No, you're not going to have that. So it must be a sovereign, recognized state on one hand, and it must have a relationship to the other person, that is the individual, as a citizen. Okay. Next, independent political community. That is, you must be able to say that you belong to some independent political community. This doesn't mean that I belong to some political leaders group, that is BJP or Congress, not like that. India is a separate independent political community. Like that, you must be able to associate yourself with some independent political community. Okay. And this legal relationship, what it has, it involves rights and corresponding duties. Okay, so this definition is also quite important. After the class, you read twice and just cull out the ingredients, you will remember it. Okay, now we saw the definition of nationality. Now we have to see what is domicile. Domicile is always geography related. Okay. A man has a true fixed permanent home. That is the domicile. Domicile is the place where our heart likes to stay. Say, for example, I feel like I want to get a house in the foothills of some place in Switzerland or something like that. And I feel that I have to permanently settle down in a Swiss village. Now I am an Indian. My nationality is India. Okay. I have a citizenship in India, but my domicile, what is in my mind as a permanent place to settle down, will be my domicile. It is not like a wish. Okay, don't confuse here. I wish to settle somewhere in Switzerland, in Russia. No, it is not a wish. It is like I have a home there, and I feel that after everything, I come back and settle there. It applies to a lot of Indians. Indians will go out, they try to earn everywhere, and they say that at the end, I want to come and settle down in India somewhere. Although they have a 6,000 square feet, 3,000 square feet home in US, if they are planning to come and settle down in their home, which is situated in India, then their domicile is India. Okay, so it is a place where a man has a true fixed permanent home. I have a true fixed permanent home there. Not only a wish, a reality. Okay. And I plan to return back to that home and I have an intention to live there. That is called my domicile. A temporary absence from a particular place will not destroy the domicile. I told you, right? A lot of people in Tamil, like in South India, from I think we have a place called as Karaikudi. Okay. There, these people will go to Malaysia, Myanmar, all the Southeast Asian countries, and they will work there. Okay. And they will send all the money back to Karaikudi to build a very big home. You will not imagine the size of the home. Actually, it is a normal family. The family may consist of 50 to 100 individuals. Okay. They will all work somewhere and they will send money here and they will build such a huge home with 1,000, like 100 to 200 windows, it seems. Okay. And also there'll be multiple rooms. If you start the home in this street, the home will end, the behind entrance will be at the next street. It will be such a huge home. So wherever they may go, temporarily they may be absent, but their idea is to settle down here. Right? So it is their domicile. So you understand, a temporary absence will not destroy the domicile. How long this may be? That is, see, I stayed in India for 50 years. But I have total idea to settle down only in Thailand, where I have a beautiful home there. I'm going to settle down there. And I have been there in Thailand only for 5 years. Now you can say, no, you've been there in Thailand only for 5 years. Your domicile is India. No. How long it may be, time is totally immaterial regarding domicile. So what is the key? Intention is the key. Even I stay for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years. My intention is to permanently settle down in that particular nation. That nation is my domicile. So domicile will continue unless and until I change it. It is a mental change. Okay. So the temporary residence may be a temporary residence. But when I have an intention to permanently reside in a place, that will be my domicile. Okay. Now, UPSC will not ask what is domicile, what is nationality. They will link these two concepts and tell you to differentiate domicile and nationality. We are going to do that. Okay. So domicile is what? It is a relationship, actually speaking, a geographical relationship between an individual and that particular locality. Okay. It is deemed to, under law, a place where you stay permanently. Where are you staying permanently? I stay in India, in Tamil Nadu, in Chennai. That is my domicile. That's all. Okay. And nationality is a legal relationship. It is in relationship between the individual and the state. Domicile is in relationship between individual and the locality, geographical location. But nationality is a legal relationship between the individual and that particular state, political entity. Okay. Where he owes allegiance. That is very important. I can have an Indian citizenship and I can say that I want to permanently settle down in any place where I feel happy and comfortable. Okay, like that. So, nationality means where I owe allegiance. Okay. Next, see, domicile does not depend upon the membership of a particular state. But nationality is like one particular time you have to be at that place. You must be linked. Natural link must be there. Okay. Domicile will not depend on the membership of a particular state. That is very important. But if you see nationality, It can be double nationality also. See, at a particular point of time, I can have only one domicile. Okay. But when we go to nationality and citizenship, there is a concept of dual nationality, dual citizenship. Domicile is not like that. Okay, that is one thing. Next, when you talk about domicile, it is a social status. It is based upon a physical fact that you are having a residence and an intention to stay there. Physical and psychological fact, both. Okay. But when you come to nationality, it is a legal relationship. It is a political status. That is very important. Next thing, when you talk about domicile, it is, we cannot ask it as a matter of right. You belong to India, your parents are from India, and you have been born in India. As a matter of right, you can say that I am a citizen of India. Nationality is a matter of right depending upon the domestic law, but it is a matter of right. But domicile, we cannot ask as a matter of right. You are not a citizen here, but you simply say you want to stay here. You cannot go and ask the nation state to provide everything to you as a matter of right. Okay, that is one thing. Next, when we talk about nationality, it creates international obligations and rights. See, immediately one person is getting some problem. He is victimized in a foreign area, in a foreign nation. Immediately, what is the question? He belongs to which state? Which country's citizen he is? That's what everybody will ask. So nationality will create international obligation and rights. Okay, but domicile will not create any legal rights obligation in international law. Okay, next, domicile is easy to acquire. You get all the ads, right? You invest in Dubai. Habibi, come to Dubai. Invest so much. You can have the domicile here. And even they will give this gold card or something. Okay, they are ready to give even the citizenship. I'm just telling, acquiring domicile is comparatively very easy than acquiring a citizenship or nationality. So nationality is very hard to acquire. Now I have given you 6 differentiation, and finally you give an example under each and finish off your answer. You will get good marks. And remember, even for differentiations, you must give an introduction and a conclusion. Very important. Okay. Now we are going to differentiate the slightest difference of citizenship and nationality. Citizenship is the position of being citizen of a particular country. There is the concept of dual citizenship. This is often called as dual nationality also sometimes. So Australia allows dual citizenship, US allows dual citizenship. But nationality is the status of belonging to a particular nation. Okay. In case of dual citizenship, there will be a question. Which nationality do you belong? Say, for example, a person is born in US. Okay. He gets a US citizenship. And in Australia, what he does, he has a business in Australia. So he is born in US. He has lots of property in US. He's staying in US, but he has a lot of business, all his business in Australia. And he's visiting Australia often and coming back. Now he got dual citizenship. Okay. Now what is the nationality of this person? Where he is naturally connected, where he has his heart and soul, where he owes allegiance is the nationality. So he is always in US. He's buying property in US. Wherever he earns, he comes back to US. So his natural connection is with US. So his nationality will be US. Okay. So this is the slightest difference, but they're not going to ask you to differentiate citizenship and nationality. Definitely they won't. Okay. So this is just for your understanding. Now, all along we spoke, we need nationality, we need citizenship. Why do we need them? What is the rationale? This rationale part only is going to fetch you good marks. This rationale part only is going to connect each paragraph of your answer and increase connectivity in your answer. Okay, let me tell you. Okay, now, if you don't have any, you say that I don't belong to any nation. I don't have any citizenship. Now, you are victimized in a foreign jurisdiction or you do some offense in foreign jurisdiction, you need a diplomatic protection, right? Who will protect you? Same in case of parents. If you don't have a mother, nationality is always linked with mother. Bharat Mata ki Jai, like that. Okay. So, if you're going to be a victim in a foreign country, if you don't have a mother state, you don't have a mother, who's going to protect you? You will not have any diplomatic protection. So, for a foreign individual within the foreign jurisdiction, only a mother state can help him. Okay, next thing. How about extradition? Extradition is all about nationalities play. Nationality plays a major role. If your nation state and the other nation state is having a extradition treaty, bilateral treaty, then you will be extradited. Otherwise, you won't be. It's very difficult. So extradition plays a major. So for extradition, nationality plays a major role. Next, the nation states will be responsible for nationals residing in the foreign country. The same thing only. During the Ukraine war, a lot of Indians were right there, but India took endeavors to bring them back. Whatever nation state, their mother state is going to help them and bring them back. Okay, so a nation is responsible for its nationals residing in foreign countries. A protection, a mother's protection. Okay, next, to fix international responsibilities in case the person is committing a war crime. Which country you will be fixing the responsibility? Yes, he will be individually responsible, and also the nation state, that particular nation state will be held responsible. Supposedly, that person is a stateless person. To which country you will fix the responsibility? Okay, so to fix international responsibilities and rights as well, we need nationality. Okay, so I have given you 4 points on why do we need nationality. Okay, now we'll go ahead. We saw the definition of nationality. We differentiated nationality and domicile. Then we are seeing why do we need nationality. We have come to a point to see what are the modes of acquiring nationality. How do you become a national of a particular place? For that, first type is by birth. This is the broad head, very common head. Any nation state will have this in their domestic law. Whoever is born in my country will be my national. Okay. So this is based on the principle called as principle jus soli. So what do you mean by jus soli? Where he is born, the soil he is born, he becomes the part of that land. Okay. So soil he is born becomes his soil. Naturally, humans have a connection with earth. They will say, right? See, you have even a small piece of land in your name, your place, your home, your country. You will have that natural affection. So you're born in a particular country, according to the principle of jus soli, you get the nationality of that country, irrespective of whatever nationality your parent is. Maybe there is a couple who come for a yatra to India and they get a baby here. That baby has an option. They can get the baby as a citizen of India. Okay. So like that. Example, whatever country which follows this principle of jus soli is an example. Like I'll give you the examples. Argentina follows this. Bolivia follows this. India also follows this. Brazil follows this. Chile, Cuba, Panama all have this rule. Okay. Next type is called as principle of jus sanguinity. Sanguinis. Which means it is a principle of descent. You get your parents' nationality. A principle of descent. Talking about community certificate and all. See, this community certificate stuff must be abolished. Then only we know. See, only because of community certificate, I all know about my caste. Okay. So you give reservation based upon how much people are represented, their economic criteria. I think that will be better, but it's my own opinion. You may differ. So based upon economic criteria and representation, if reservation is given, that would be better. Okay. Now coming to the point. So how do you second type of acquiring nationality is by principle of just sanguinity. Means principle of descent. You can get the nationality from your parents. If this man is from India, even though these two kids are born somewhere in US, they can get Indian nationality as well if they choose the citizenship under the Citizenship Act and do everything. Okay. Now, example of countries which follow the principle of descent is Germany, France, China, Finland, irrespective wherever the child may be born. Child may be born in US, UK, Australia. But if your parents belong to this particular nation, you can get the nationality of this nation. Okay, that is one. Next, there are certain areas they follow both these principles, just solely and just sanguinis. Best example is your UK and US. They give dual citizenship, and they also like they follow the combined approach. Okay, even by just solely you can be binational. Even by from your descent also you can be binational. Okay, that is the thing. Say for example, there are French parents who have a child who was born in US as per US law. By just solely you are born in US, so you are an American citizen nationality, and by just sanguinis your descent is from French and you can be a French national as well. Okay, so dual nationality is created in these areas. And next, another mode. How do you acquire nationality is by naturalization. Naturalization means artificially acquiring nationality. You go to US, you stay there, you work there, you apply for the green card, and then you get the green card, right? So what you're doing by naturalization, the word is naturalization, but actually you are artificially acquiring a country's nationality by following the domestic requirements the country is providing. Okay, so that is by naturalization. Mother Teresa is the best example. She was born in Yugoslavia. She came to India and India granted her citizenship and nationality. Okay. Next, we are seeing ways to acquire nationality, and we saw lots of ways. And one way is naturalization. And under this naturalization, we have another 7 ways. That's what I'm going to tell you. In what way? Naturalization have 7 ways of acquiring citizenship. First way is by marriage, very much used in the world. There are to a height that people make fake marriages. They pay money to get married, to be a citizen of that particular place. Okay, so wife automatically gets the husband nationality as per UK's law. Okay, it can be vice versa also. The position in India is gender neutral, at least here we are gender neutral. Okay, so according to the Citizenship Act, Section 5 gives that the either of the spouse can choose the nationality, even the husband or the wife or something like that. Okay, and next by legislation. An adopted child will get the parents' nationality. It is a legislation. It depends upon that particular state. And UK has this act, that is the British Nationality Act. It says that the father, see, we have a family institution, so the possibility of getting illegitimate child is not much. But UK, US, and all is an open community. I'm not saying it is bad, this is wrong, nothing like that. I'm just telling what is happening, how the law is applied. So, a child is born illegitimate. To whose nationality the child will go? We all will think the mother's nationality. Yes, it is right. But Britain always, sometimes, it is male oriented. So, the child can get, it has an option to get the nationality of the person who marries the child's mom. So after the child is born, in case someone is coming and telling that I'll marry you along with the child, and this father, this man's nationality can be chosen by the child. Okay, that is given in the British Nationality Act. So by legislation, you can give the example of adopted child and give this law as well. Okay. And the third way is by resumption and reintegration. What is resumption? Reintegration. It means coming back. Say, for example, you are in India and you go to US and you get the green card there. As per Article 9 of the Constitution, once you voluntarily acquire the citizenship of any country, automatically Indian citizenship is gone. It is renunciated. So you become the citizen of US, automatically you are not anymore an Indian citizen. Okay. But you feel that you want to come back. So you lost your citizenship due to long residence in some other country, but you resume back and you fulfill certain conditions of the domestic law of India or some country, you can resume back your citizenship, get back your citizenship, reintegrate your citizenship. Okay, this is another way. And next way is by subjugation. What is subjugation? By conquest and annexure. In India, we had a lot of princely states. We had a lot of territories. That is, we have national territories, right? Like Pondicherry, Diu, Daman. So Goa, Diu, Daman belonged to Portugal. It was under the reign of Portugal even after independence. Only in 1982, we annexed these areas and the people living in these areas became Indian citizens because of subjugation, because of conquest and annexation. Okay, that is one thing. And next one is by secession. Okay, secession is like part of the territory will secede. It is like something like a small partition. Secede means creating a new country. Okay, best example is your East Pakistan and West Pakistan. India was surrounded by Pakistan. Okay, we had the East Pakistan, West Pakistan. But what happened? The one part of Pakistan emerged, seceded as Bangladesh. So a new country was created, and whoever were residing in that part of Pakistan became the national of the new state, later state, Bangladesh. Okay, so by secession is the next example. And next you have another way, that is by registration. See, this registration is given under the domestic law of each country. It differs from country to country. Each country will have different set of rules. Okay, so according to Indian Citizenship Act, we have Section 5, which says that you follow all these things, we give you the citizenship. Okay, like that. So by registration also you can acquire nationality. And you have sixth option, which is partition. The state will break. Same like India-Pakistan partition. And we had this opportunity. We gave opportunity to everyone. Whoever in India wanted to go to Pakistan can go. So they chose the place to settle down, whether in India, owe allegiance either to Pakistan or India. In fact, we are brothers of the same mother. Okay, but it's not working out like that. Things are different. But one day, I think everything will be quite normal. So the thing is, partition by partition, also we get the option to choose our nationality. If a single state breaks, and then there is an option to choose either one of the state, there also nationality is acquired. Best example is India-Pakistan partition. Okay. Now, we were seeing how we can acquire, how we can get nationality. Now we are going to see how we can lose our nationality. What are the modes of loss of nationality? We have 5 modes. Okay. The first mode is by release. Some states allow the citizens to apply for release. You have to apply to the state. So telling that no more I want to be a citizen of this particular state. And once the state accepts, you are not a citizen anymore. And this practice is followed in Germany. Okay. Next, we have deprivation. What is deprivation? The state will strip you of the citizenship. It will remove you of the citizenship. And this is happening right now in Israel. Israel is stripping the Palestinian people's citizenship who are involved in violent crime. You are from Palestine, you get the Israel citizenship, but unfortunately you are involved in any violent crime, he will remove you from the citizenship. So stripping away the citizenship is called as deprivation. Even India has that rule. In case you join in some of the armed forces of a foreign state, then US also have this rule. You are no more a citizen of that particular country. Okay. So if you do something against law, the nation can deprive you of the nationality, which is called as by deprivation, using nationality by deprivation. Okay. And we talk about large scale deprivation. That is, certain states will be against certain ethnicity. So what they will do as a large scale, those who are belonging to this caste, this ethnicity, we are removing you from the citizenship like that. And it is condemned all over the world, and it is just a condemn. Okay, we have a person who is talking against it. That's it. But it is happening in Kuwait. Communities belonging to Bidoon people are at a large scale stripped of their citizenship from Kuwait. Okay, these are all current happenings which you can link for your current affairs. And next is by renunciation. I say that this is enough. I don't want this citizenship. I renounce it. That's what is renunciation. There are countries where the concept of nationality is acquired by just solely and just sanguinis. We saw, right? Say, for example, a US couple come to India and a child is born in India. Now, the child can have either Indian citizenship or US citizenship. Now, automatically, what they will choose, let's be frank, they will choose US, right? So, they renounce the citizenship that they get in India. So, one is renunciation. Okay. Next, by substitution. Substitution means you replace. You were an Indian citizen, you go to US, I earned so much and I got a green card. Now it is a substitution. I become a national of another state. I substitute this state to another state. So when we talk, the renunciation and substitution is almost one and the same coin, but you are seeing from the different sides of a same coin. You renunciate, lose India citizenship, and you substitute that Indian citizenship with US citizenship. So, but you have to write both. We need marks. We need to elaborate. We need to show that we are intelligent. So you can write both. Okay. And for substitution, write Article 19 of Indian Constitution, which says that once you get the voluntarily acquire citizenship of a foreign nation, automatically you lose the citizenship of India. Okay, that is Article 9. Next, by expiration. There will be a lot of countries, especially American Nationality Act has this clause. If you are a citizen of America, but you continuously stay in your previous country for 3 years, continuously you're going to stay there, then your citizenship in America will expire. You are my citizen, you have to stay here, but you are choosing another place to stay continuously for 3 years, then your nationality here in America will expire. Each nation state will have separate domestic rules like this. Okay, this is one example. By expiration. And we have an Indian position also. I told you, right? Who, according to Article 7, after 1st March 1947, during the partition, after 1st March 1947, whoever migrated from India to Pakistan will not be Indian citizen. They chose Pakistan, so they'll be Pakistan citizen. Okay, this is the expiration. And even voluntary, someone gets a citizenship in a foreign country, there's no more an Indian citizen. Okay, so all these things. Now, when we talk about termination of citizenship, Citizenship Act also gives a list of termination areas, but they are not much important. If you want, you can just quote 3 to 4 sections. That's all. Okay, I have given you examples. So if you quote this much, that is totally enough. Now, we are going to the concept of double nationality. We saw all the basic concepts. Now only we are going to the area where the problem arises. Nationality is not a problem. Statelessness is a problem. Nationality is not a problem. Double nationality is a problem. Okay, you see the paradox. Some people don't have nationality itself. Some people have more than one nationality. Both are problem. Too much of money and no money. Both are problem. Like that. Okay. So double nationality means a single person having two nationality at the same time. That is the concept of double nationality. So, what are the circumstances that gives rise to these types of double nationality? First, just sanguineous. I follow both rules. If your parents are from this country, I give you the nationality. If you are born in this country, I give you nationality. So, a single child can get two nationalities. That is one circumstances. And next, by the basis of adoption from Africa, some children are adopted in US. So they get the African citizenship and the US citizenship. Okay. And on the basis of legitimization, I told you, right? According to UK's law, the child will get the person who marries their mother after some time as their national. Okay. So say for example, the mother is in UK national, the child is a UK national, and the father is from German, and the person, that is the person who is marrying the mother, is from German. So they can get the German father's nationality as well, dual citizenship. And next, from marriage. Say, for example, a beautiful woman from Russia is marrying a person in Switzerland. She can retain her nationality and also get additional nationality from her husband in Switzerland, dual nationality. Okay. And child of the parents are from different nationality. See, we are talking about different caste, intercaste marriage. This is international marriage, international marriage. So maybe the person is from Sri Lanka and the mother is from Australia, and they get married and the child is born not in India because we don't give dual nationality, maybe in UK. So Sri Lankan national, that is, the child can choose to be Sri Lankan national, can be an Australian national, and can be a UK national. See the variety in these areas and all. We get dual citizenship, double nationality. Okay. So now we saw what is the concept of double nationality. We saw under what circumstances double nationality is created. Now we are going to see the consequence of double nationality. But before that, we will have a 10 minutes break and come back and restart at 6 o'clock sharp. We will finish at 6:30. Okay. So we'll take a 10 minutes break. Sorry, I'm a little late, but we will restart now. Hope the screen is visible. If it is not visible, please let me know. Okay. We are restarting the class from the consequence of double nationality. Okay. Now I have two nationality. What are the problems of this double nationality? Double nationals, like when they are being a victim, it creates a confusion. Say, for example, this particular person is a national of US and UK, and suddenly he's in India and he is facing some problem or something. Okay, which country will come and support him? Maybe both the countries will come. There'll be a clash. Each one will be claiming that he is my citizen, he is my citizen. There'll be international ego atmosphere which is created. International tension will be created. You belong to a particular person, particular mother, that's fine. But they say that adopted mother comes in and your biological mother comes in. Both say you belong to me. And that will be a problem, right? So, double citizenship will be a problem when you become a victim in a foreign state. That is one thing. Next, you have two citizenship of a particular state and you are a victim in one particular state. Whether this other state come and save you, no, that cannot be done. You will be dealt according to the domestic law of this particular state where you are currently there, your physical presence is there, or another state also can take action against you in their own domestic law, and there can be no other state saving you. Say, for example, Australia is taking dual citizenship. So you are a citizen of Australia as well as UK. Now you are staying in UK and there is some problem for you. Whether Australia come and save you in UK, no, it cannot do it. Okay, that cannot be done. That will be a problem. And next, demand in military service. You have dual citizenship. On the face of it, we see that you owe allegiance to both the countries. And the national service of both the countries call you, or even a single state calls you. Say, for example, citizenship of UK and Australia, or Australia is telling that you have to join the armed service of Australia. Whether you can join, that will be a problem. Demand in military services will be a problem. Okay, there will be conflicting allegiance. You can owe allegiance only to a particular state. Okay, that is one problem. So all we saw are articles, legal provisions. Now we are jumping to case law. When you're talking about dual nationality, this naughty bomb case is very, very important. What is this naughty bomb? We have this person who is called as Frederick Naughty Bomb. 1 second, please wait. I have a very important one. The disturbance done. So this Frederick Naughtybaum was born in Germany. Okay. And what he did, he was working in Guatemala. You can ask me what is Guatemala. Guatemala is a nation state in Central America. Okay. So since he was working and having business he was just having business and working in Guatemala. But he was born German. Okay. And after World War II, he went to Liechtenstein. I'm sorry, Liechtenstein. It is a country in Europe, very prosperous country, a small country in Europe. Okay, nested near Switzerland. Very beautiful country. Okay, so after World War II, he went to Liechtenstein, visited his brother, and got the citizenship in Liechtenstein. So you see, a single person called as Naughty Bomb, born as a German, working in Guatemala. He's just working there, no citizenship, nothing. And then after World War II, he went to Liechtenstein, visited his brother, and got the citizenship of Liechtenstein. Okay, now he lost the citizenship of Germany because he became the citizen of Liechtenstein, so he renounced the citizenship of Germany. Now he returned to Guatemala. Actually, Guatemala was against Germany. So whoever like German person is found in Guatemala, the Central American country, they started arresting those persons. Okay. So the Guatemala government arrested this Naughty Bomb even when he returned with the Liechtenstein passport. He confiscated, that is, the government of Guatemala confiscated all the property of this Naughty Bomb. Okay, later he then settled down in Liechtenstein and died there and all. That is different. But this is what happened. Now it did not stop here. Immediately, I told Liechtenstein is a small country, but very prosperous country and a very strong country. Okay. So this Liechtenstein, what it did, it sued Guatemala for illegal arrest. See, you are arresting German people. Now this person is no more a German citizen. He arrived at your Guatemala airport with my passport, with Liechtenstein passport. So you have made illegal arrest and illegal attachment of property of my citizen. Now you have to give like compensation for that. That was the issue. Okay. The court ruled like the the court actually given the verdict stating that there is no effective nationality between Liechtenstein and Naughty Dog. So the concept of effective nationality was discussed here. See, nationality is like a motherhood. A daughter or son is having a natural relationship between the mother. Okay, so what does effective nationality means? There must be a natural link between the individual and the state. In the instant case, if you see, I think I'm sharing the entire screen, right? Yeah, if the sharing is not proper, please let me know. Okay. So when we talk about effective nationality, it needs a natural link between the individual and the state. But you think about this particular person, he's born in Germany. But whether he's having a natural link with Liechtenstein, he got the citizenship of Liechtenstein only after the World War II. He visited the brother and then got the citizenship. That's all. Whether he has a natural link, no. He got the citizenship of Liechtenstein only because Liechtenstein was a neutral state in war. War neutral state. It was not participating in any war. So he found that it is a safe state and he got the citizenship only because it is a war neutral state. So there is no natural link. So he is not the citizen of Liechtenstein. That's why Liechtenstein cannot sue for damages for the illegal arrest of this naughty boy. Okay, that was the ruling. But the criticism of this principle is effective nationality cannot be always found. It will be confusing. But this is one test that we are having. To find out nationality of a particular person, we can use the test of effective nationality propounded in this naughty bombs case. Naughty bombs case is very important. Okay. Now coming to the next case, this is Rafael Canivero. Okay, Canivero's case it is. It is between Italy and Peru. And Rafael Canivero is the person who is involved here. And he got the both nationality. He has the dual citizenship and dual nationality of Peru and Italy. Okay. In Italy, he got by naturalization, artificial way of acquiring, but he did not relinquish Peruvian nationality. So he got both the nationality now. Okay. And he acted as a Peruvian citizen actually. He stood in the election in Peru. He was a Senate member in Peru and everything. Okay. And Peru, we know, like actually in Netherlands. Now, although he was always like associated with Peru, he accumulated a lot of assets in Italy. Now, both the countries claimed him. Italy was saying he is my citizen, and Peru was telling he is my citizen. Now we are applying the natural link. Who is closer? Yes, he got both the citizenship, but where he is owing allegiance, which country is closer to him? Analyze well in this particular case. He stood in election in Peru. He became a Senate member in Peru. And only he is saving money in Italy. So where he is owing all the allegiance to, it is for the Peru. That was decided in this particular case law. So if you are having two nationality, then you have to check which nation was favored most. Okay, effective bond, closer bond, which nation is having it with that particular individual, and then you decide the nationality. Okay, now we are coming to the reason for double nationality. See, why do we get double nationality? Simple reason, we have a lot of circumstances. Because of this circumstance, we got double nationality and all. But the basic reason is each state is having different set of municipal law to award nationality. One state is telling just solely, just sanguinis is okay. Everything is okay for me. One state is telling just solely only okay. So since there is lack of uniformity in the municipal law, we are getting double nationality. Okay, that is also given. So to solve this problem of nationality, we get this Hague Convention on Conflict of National Laws. It states that yes, double nationality is accepted under Article 3. Individual can have two nationality. but he can actually lose one nationality. That is, if you want to acquire one nationality, he can acquire that. See, he can lose one nationality after acquiring another nationality. Sorry. Okay. So no person should be stateless. Say, for example, I want to lose some UK nationality and I want to acquire Indian nationality. Okay. Now I lost UK nationality. I did not acquire Indian nationality yet. It is in process. Now I am a stateless person. For this, if my nation is a signatory to this convention, I will lose my British nationality only when I acquire the nationality of another country. It is given under Article 5, Clause 1. Because we shall not have stateless person. Just because you are like waiting to get acquiring another nationality at that particular period of time, you cannot be stateless. What happens if the other nation state that you are trying to become a part of it says that no more, no, we are not giving nationality to you? Then you will permanently be a stateless person. So to avoid that, we have this provision. Okay. And in case if a person is going to be stateless, then the nation state where the person is born will give the nationality, should give the nationality. Okay. So nobody should be stateless. That's why we have this principle that is given under Article 1. If a person will be stateless, if he is denied nationality by a particular state where he is born, that state must not do it. The person, if he is born in a particular state, he will get the nationality of that state in case he will be stateless if it is not given. Okay, that is Article 1. Now, next thing is, yes, spouse can change the nationality. On marriage, we can change the nationality. And we have the right to choose the nationality. I can choose this country I want, this country I don't want. Like that, I can always choose. And diplomatic protection is not recommended under against the each state, which means I am a national of both the state and I get the diplomatic protection when I'm staying in one state from the other. That is not possible because I am the national of both the states. Both mothers cannot fight. Okay, that is given under Article 4. So, what is the clear idea to decide nationality? You have all the remedies with the naughty bomb case and also with the Casanova case that we saw. Okay. Now we are coming to the last part, which is called as statelessness. What is statelessness? I don't have a state at all. I may be a Hindu, Muslim, whatever race I may be. But today, I don't have citizenship in any nation state. That is called as statelessness. A person who is not considered a national of any state is a statelessness person. And this is because of operation of domestic laws. Our Citizenship Act guides us on our statelessness. Okay. Next, the reason for statelessness is also because of non-uniformity of municipal laws. Every nation state does not give citizenship on the same conditions. Because of that, we have statelessness. And the effect of state, that is one thing. Next, because of wars, denationalization, refugees, all these things give rise to stateless person. Okay. The effect of statelessness is that they will not have nationality of any state. Say, for example, they lose their original nationality without acquiring another nation's nationality, then they are stateless as well. That's why we have a convention telling that, see, you cannot lose your original nationality just before acquiring the other state's nationality. Article 5, Clause 1 of your convention that we saw earlier. Okay. Now we have a definition given by Stark. He says that statelessness is a condition. It's a great hardship. Not only it's a great hardship, it is a lack of security. It is a serious gap between the application of international law on the individuals. That cannot be done. I cannot say which state you belong to. Then who I will hold responsible? I cannot only hold the individual responsible. I have to talk with the state, get the compensation, something, right? So statelessness is a great hardship, lack of security, and that is a serious gap for the application of international law. Okay. So imagine you don't have any state. You will not have ration card in India. You cannot go to any school. You cannot go to any doctor. You cannot have a bank account. No basic facility. Right? So state is very important. And one more sad thing is every, like, see, a stateless child is born every 10 minutes in this world. Every 10 minutes, this world is getting a stateless child. That is the today's scenario because of armed conflict, because of refugee and all those things. We have new wars coming in. Okay, all these reasons. Best example is we have the Sudan civil war going on now. Lot of stateless people. Rohingyas, Myanmar, Ukraine war, Sri Lankan refugees, Nigeria insurgency, which started in 2021, is continuing till now. So all these disturbances. Okay, that's why we had a human rights declaration also telling that you can add this in your introduction. It will give you a lot of marks actually. Very good point. Article 15 gives a basic human right that every human has a right to nationality. Okay. No one shall be arbitrarily denied their right to nationality. See, you can ask me whether this is all practically possible, but at least we have a law to speak, right? Condemn that. So that is one good thing. So according to Article 15, it is a basic human right to have nationality. Okay, that is one thing. You can write this. And next we have other declaration, Convention on Reduction of Statelessness. It came into force in 1957. Okay. See, I gave you 4 laws, 2 conventions and 1 human rights convention and then 1 more law. And Indian Citizenship Act also I mentioned. Britain law also I mentioned. So all these things you can put in your answer. Okay. So what this Convention on Reduction of Statelessness says, nationality may be given on the basis of residence. You give some condition. Say, for example, he is a refugee. He comes down and settles in your nation for some 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. And he is very quite a good person. Now try to give him nationality. On the basis of residence, you give some condition and give nationality. That is one thing. Then no one shall be deprived of nationality on the basis of racial, ethnic, religious, and political grounds. Whether India follows that, whoever it may be, whatever political wing it may be. Right is right. Justice is justice, right? We denied citizenship for Muslims, Rohingyas who fled here. Muslims are not given nationality in India. Let me be frank. That's what is happening. Okay. But we have a person to check that. We have this convention telling that no person shall be deprived of nationality on racial, ethnic, religious, or political grounds. Okay. I don't know, but as a human being, we have Muslim friends, we have Hindu friends, we have Christian friends. We are all together only in reality. But sometimes due to some problems, we get a lot of clashes. But most of the times we try to be together only at heart. Now, no one should be deprived of nationality except person who is committing a serious offense against national security. We talk about depreciation, right? Removing, stripping of the nationality. You cannot strip off nationality simply for some reason. If they are committing a serious crime, violent crime against the national security, then you can surely do that. Okay. So that is given here. And by descent, by birth, you should give nationality. And as far as possible, if a person does not de facto, does not have any, in fact, if he does not have any nationality, try to analyze his antecedent and try to de jure by law. You relate him somewhere to some country. He is born somewhere, give that nationality. He is working somewhere, domicile somewhere for 20 years, 30 years, try to give that nationality. So de facto, even if he doesn't have any nationality, at least by de jure, give him nationality. By law, give him nationality. That's what they are stating. Okay. So we have completed today's class about nationality and statelessness. So next class, we will be meeting and discussing about asylum and extradition. So if you have any doubts, you can ask me. If you don't have any doubts, we can wind up. Any doubts? Usually in my classes, I used to ask a lot of questions. Other state classes, maybe for judiciary, other batches for UPSC as well. I used to ask questions. But this batch is a quiet batch where I won't get any answers. So I'm not asking usually any questions. But at last, if you have any doubts, at least do stop me and ask me. Okay. We'll wind up for today and meet in the next class.